I want to talk today about how you can make money as a freelancer and as a freelance web designer specifically, because in today's marketplace where all of these different brands and businesses and basically every single business model that's out there is shifting more and more online. So from everything they're doing from a marketing standpoint, even to operational standpoints where more people are using e-commerce, they're delivering items as opposed to going into stores. There's a lot of lead-driven businesses that are really just basically all online. So with that comes a lot of demand and room for growth as a freelance web designer, because there's always room for improvement with a company's existing website. And then on top of that, you have all those new people entering the marketplace that need a new website for their new business, for a new brand, even if it's just a new landing page for a new product or service that they offer. So with that being said, you really need a good platform in order to have the most success as a freelance web designer. Now, I do want to make a distinction. There is a difference between website development and website design. And everything I'm talking about today is all on the design part. So there's no coding required. It's all drag and drop. And really, it's meant for someone who doesn't have any experience at all, but is willing to dedicate some time to learning how to build websites with a specific tool. That's how you can have success. So this isn't something that you need to be really technically based. You can be more on the design side, because it really all comes down to being able to tell a story through a website and to guide users through a journey that leads to a specific call to action. So whether that's getting a customer on the phone, whether that's having them fill out a form on the website, whether that's them buying a product right on the website, it really doesn't matter what you're doing. All that matters is that you know as a freelancer what your client's goals are. So let's jump into one of the most underrated and basically unknown platforms that I love to build websites on, and it's called Duda.co. So I have it pulled up right here. If you take a look, you can see that this platform is good for growing your freelance business and scaling your web design agency. And you're going to start to see that a lot of the messaging on this website is going to show you that it's not just for the consumer to go on and build a website. So they can do that, but it's really meant for people like you, like me, that want to build websites for clients, have multiple websites, be able to manage everything in one place, be able to have white label capabilities so the client can log into a website that has your logo on it and you're fully in control of their site. You're able to charge them for it, whatever you want to, based on the services you're providing. And that's a lot different than, for example, Wix or Squarespace. So those are really kind of entry-level consumer grade website builders. I'm not saying they're bad or anything, but what I'm saying is when you really want to grow a freelance business, you need to look for a platform that's going to allow you to grow and that's going to allow you to, as you can see here, have collaboration. And that is where you're also going to be able to use what's called client management. So you can give clients access to specific parts of their website. And on top of that, you're going to start to see, as we go into this a little bit more, why this is such a big choice over, let's say, a WordPress. And there's all different kind of freelancers, agencies, and platforms starting to find out about Duda. And they actually used to be called Duda Mobile. Pretty interesting story. They used to help companies get their mobile website up and running. But now we're not just in that world where your desktop site's different from your mobile. And that's where Duda really helps you build drag and drop responsive websites. So that means they're going to look good on any single device type. And if you dig down into some of the actual homepage here, you're going to see that they also have what's called a new Duda University, which is awesome. And this is going to teach you how to have the best practices when you go out there and you design websites. And as we go to the bottom here, I want to show you, because another one of the big freelance web design platforms that a lot of freelancers use and agencies use is, of course, WordPress. And they have a really cool article here, part on their site, where they compare the two services to each other. And as you can see, pretty much in most of the different categories, you're going to be able to see that Duda has an easy adoption period. So it's easier to use, it's easier to do business with. The hosting plans are directly integrated. It's all drag and drop, so you don't need a developer at all. You can do this all on your own, and that's where you can really start to cut out a lot of your costs, because as a freelance designer, sometimes you'll have to sell a website and then you need to hire someone to actually build it. Whereas you don't need to do that anymore. I'm showing you a platform that's extremely cost effective. You can build a white label account, and as you can see here, pretty much every category is either equal to or better than WordPress. So it helps you get set up quicker. It's all drag and drop, and it gives you all of these other capabilities that these other platforms don't give you. So if you go all the way down to the bottom, you'll also be able to see that they also compare it to, like, for example, Squarespace. And when you look at that, you can see right away that even on the top kind of level right here, white label, Squarespace doesn't offer any white label tools or features or things like that. So Squarespace is always going to be present. But with Duda, you can build your own brand up as a freelancer. And whenever a client logs into their website, or whenever they get a report from their website, whatever it is, they're really going to be getting it from you. And if you've never freelanced before, you might not know why this is so important. But it's crucial, because if you have more of a role in the company's website, you have it set up, you're really set yourself up on their digital team as their web designer, you can charge them every month for hosting, for website updates, for SEO content. There's so much you can do. Whereas if you just build a website one time for a client and you really don't build it on a platform that you can take advantage of like this, you're going to be leaving so much money on the table. And I'm not just telling you this because, I think it's great. I actually use it myself. So you'll see right here that this is my website, profitablefreelancer.com, and it's built right on Duda. And the reason I did that is because everything I'm saying is true. I've used the different platforms. I figured out this is the best way to build websites. And the really cool part too is that you can edit it based on each device. So even though it is a responsive site, you can specifically make sure it looks good on every single device type, and from, even different type of phones. So Apple, Android, things like that. You can look at the tablet view, and everything is drag and drop. So if we go back to the editor here, I just want to show you how powerful this is, because if you don't know how to build a website, or you have a client that, let's say, has a website, but they need a new landing page or something like that, and you're stuck, they have an awesome feature called sections here. So if you click on a section, it'll actually give you like all of these main categories here. Like, for example, intro. These are all different intro sections that you can just plug right into a website, and you can edit it, all drag and drop yourself, and make it perfect for whatever client you're working on. And this is just, in the intro section alone. If you come down to coming soon, this is really good if you're building a website, but you still want it to go live. You can come out with the website domain, and you can even gather their email address. Then you go down to like the different features. For example, this is how you showcase products, and you'll see that there's just so much potential here. There's already really well designed different sections based on any sort of client website that you need. And this is once you already have the website template chosen. You can edit everything all the way down to the about section, logos if you want to show what other brands the client is associated with, etc. So you'll see even all the way down to like restaurant. Let's say you're building a website for a local restaurant or a new food truck or something open near you. There's so much potential as a freelancer, especially as a web design freelancer. And let's just say you want to do that. You can just click this section. It'll insert it directly into your website, and you can drag and drop all of the text, add different photos, etc. And what I'm just trying to show you is there's so much possibility and capability when you find yourself working on a platform that is super intuitive and easy to use. And you can even also use this as a way to get new clients. So instead of just reaching out to a client and trying to say that you're the best fit for them to be their web designer, you can build a mock website, send them a preview of it, and from there they can see how it's going to look on each device. They can scroll through it, and once this loads up, you'll be able to see that it's just a really awesome way for you to showcase what you can do as a freelancer, and you can white label it. So you see this logo right here. When you have the white label package, a reseller package they call it, you can have your own logo there. So I'm just trying to show you a new way to think about building websites, a new way that you can go out there, build websites that a lot of people don't know about. And the last thing I'll close on is that there also is a lot of new potential with a platform like this that is growing. So they're actually in the stage now where they're funding, they're gaining millions and millions of dollars in investments, and they're really just putting that all back into the platform. So they've been constantly adding new tools, new features, and just all these new capabilities that really help you bring your websites to the next level, such as animation. So if you go to the website, you'll see that my website has the buttons kind of float up based on where you're at on the page, and just a lot of cool things like that. And you can also set up like radiuses. So if someone goes to your website in a certain area, you can show them a specific message. Or if someone's been to your site multiple times, you can bring them to a different offer. So there's a lot behind the scenes you can do. And the last thing I wanted to get into was how they have this app store here, which is really cool. So based on what kind of service you're going to provide as a web designer, if you're going to just set up their design of their website, or let's say you want to actually help them with the back end as well, getting things actually working, so linking up the website to whatever services they offer or products they sell, you have the capability to use all of these different apps that they're giving you the ability to really integrate into the website. And they have a lot of things coming soon, like membership websites. So this is a really good opportunity if you want to build websites for clients. So whether you're already offering web design services and you're just looking for like a new platform, or you've never designed a website, you're just excited about it and you just want to try it out, I highly recommend trying out Duda.co. I'll put the link in the description there. And yeah, feel free to check out my website, profitablefreelancer.com, because like I said, it's 100% built on this platform. And if you like this kind of video, you want me to go into more of a tutorial in how to build a website that converts on Duda, leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and I'll get into that in a future video. But until the next time, my name is Paul with Profitable Freelancer, and I look forward to your success.